It ain't on you. I didn't mean to push the button that soon. So,
Shut up.
huh? I'm not saying anything about it.
You sure?
She acts like it's all never mind. It's funny. Oh, what are you guys doing tonight? Huh?
I said you know I have issues.
I think tonight we are going to paint the bus all kind of funny stuff for our San Diego trip. Yeah, that ought to be interesting. We have a lot of. We got an idea for the San Diego trip. We're going to. We were talking about the other day. We were going to get out and take some donations on the feed for to buy like pizza or burgers or whatever for some of the homeless around San Diego. And we're gonna go out and pass it out and kind of meet some people out there and just try to do something really good. See how that works.
Right.
I'm excited. I really am. I think it's going to be a really interesting time. Yeah, especially if I don't know. Anytime you're doing something good for people, it's a rewarding experience. So we're gonna do just that. A lighter in there? I had a lighter, but I don't know what I did with it. Oh. But anyhow, hey Miss Mary, thank you very much for earlier. I very much appreciate it. It's definitely gonna go to good use.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You don't need to say thank you. See?
Thank you, Miss Mary.
Hey, EWU, Rooney. How are you doing? I keep wanting to say Ronnie, but yeah, I remember Rooney now. How are you? And Selena, she's right there.
Hi guys. Trying to.
Hello.
Hi, baby. Love you.
Yes, Mary. Thank you very, very much.
Hi, Miss Mary.
What's up?
What are you doing, Madison?
Love you too. Fine, thanks. And you? We are great, Rooney. We are doing great. As a matter of fact, we're fixing to have some fun tonight. We're gonna paint the bus, some all kinds of weird stuff all over the bus, and have fun and enjoy ourselves and get it ready for the trip to San Diego. We're gonna put Shepherd's Treehouse on the side. We're gonna put the Flux's deal on the side, and
Hey, Maddie.
whoever else we can, and
Yeah. Your
we're gonna.
brother's here, Madison. Put your feet, baby.
Hey, Maddie, Bubba's here. Say hi.
Hey, sis.
Hey, Bubba.
Hey, Dad.
So,
Can I paint in the bus too?
Huh?
I can paint.
yeah, we're all gonna.
Here,
Yes, we're all gonna paint some on the bus.
vines and roses.
Vine? No. Well, I
Vines.
don't know if we got enough paint for that. I mean, we're just throwing a lot of stuff up there.
I want to do vines.
But-
I'm good at doing vines.
But like I was saying, what we're gonna do is we're gonna paint a bunch of
Girl, it's
stuff.
Jack. Hi.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey.
Bubba wants to be on the camera.
Yeah. I know.
Hey, everybody.
That's fine. I'll explain that in a minute, y'all. There you go, bro.
Hello.
You started.
Huh?
He created a monster.
Created a monster.
Bubba's gonna be like,
Oh my God, it's an attention hole. Yep, he's my son. I'm pretty sure I lost that one, didn't I?
You
Oh,
both
no.
are both
Crap.
attention hogs.
I lost that argument completely, didn't
You did.
I? I think I went the wrong way with it.
Have a drink.
See, Maddie Marie,
Nobody
if you
heard
were
that,
down
right?
here, you could possibly be going on a trip with us to the beach after we do God's work.
Hey.
I don't know who it was. It's too far away. I'm blind. I'm old.
Yeah, that old.
Who was in it? Said
Oh.
hi to Scream.
Smallpox and
Swamp Fox.
yeah,
I don't like.
I'm gonna be right back.
you don't like the beach.
Okay.
Hello. I'm gonna be back.
Yes, Rennie, I'm not sure if you met him. Did you meet my son? I don't know if you met my son or not. Oh, shepherds. Hey, Robert. Earth Girl. Didn't I just see you in another feed? Alright, anyway, as I was saying earlier, listen, I'm really excited about this one. I think it's going to work, and it's just one of those harebrained ideas, but we're going to do it. We're going to see what happens, and hope for the best, pray for the
It would be
best.
kind of good to be able to do this. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. My uncle is in the hospital,
Yeah.
homeless for years in Texas. It'd be kind of cool to be like part of it as well. Mention him. He needs all the prayers. Yes.
Yes.
Here, Virgil. Sorry.
I know, but I don't know him by his first name. I've
Sorry.
only known him as Uncle Mouse.
His name is Virgil.
Virgil?
Yes.
Well, her uncle, he was homeless for years, years and years and years, and he's in desperate need of prayer. He's in the hospital fighting for his life. He's in a coma right now, and we all call him Mouse. That's all I know him of, but his name is actually, I guess, Virgil. I never knew that until now, but really neat guy, but he's in there. He's in a. He needs some prayer. And anyway, we're doing the San Diego trip any which way, so we figure why not try to give. It sounds a little ironic because society considers us as homeless, although we consider ourselves home free. But you go down to the food stamp office or the clinic or anything, and you're writing everything down as homeless. You have to, because it's, yeah. But anyway, so we figured it'd be nice for us homeless people, as they call, to go and actually try to feed some actual homeless people. So when we're in San Diego, we are going to, on the way there, we're going to do a little, we're going to be videotaping the whole time, and we're going to make, whatever money we get donated to us and through our PayPals, which we have ours, we have Flux's, we also have Lewis's, several of us, and anything that we get donated in to us during that trip that is for that cause will be distributed out to different places, McDonald's, pizza places, wherever we can go and get food that we can pass out to some people that may very well need a meal for the night. And we're just going to spend a few hours out doing that, several hours probably, and just to get out and meet people, and see. A lot of people disregard people that are out there homeless and on the streets. And that's why a lot of homeless people have a bad outlook on humanity. Quite frankly, a lot of us have a bad outlook on humanity because of the simple fact that humanity does not take care of its own, and that's what we need to do. It's good people doing good things, and it's I know you've heard that said many a times before, but matter of fact,
I should tell you to do this beforehand.
Y'all hold on for just a second. I do know that it will look like it's buffering, but just hold on a second. I gotta turn my hotspot on so that she can get on there and catch up with y'all's comments. Hold on just a second. Oh.
There we go. I'll let all.
Okay, let's see. You guys have huge hearts. What's up, everyone? How's the treehouse coming? It's coming. We haven't actually done very much to it. We've been doing a lot of cleaning up. We're trying to get set up and ready for big projects, and we got to get a lot cleaned up. One too many busy days. I got to get caught up on cleanup, and then. But anyway, as far as our trip, let's see who all will be going to San Diego. We are going with a skeleton crew. Not unfortunately, not all of us can go, and we do want to keep the group kind of small because we are trying to stay a little discreet about it. So, not that, everything good news. Myra, hi, how are you doing? Anyway, not that we don't need to do it or anything, but there's I don't know, there's been lots of controversies over it and stuff like that, and anyway, we're going in and we're going to get whatever we can, and everything will be on. We'll have it on YouTube. And
alright, we're gonna get anything.
I don't know. Should be up there. We'll be streaming from one phone or the other. There is going to be, let's see, 3 of us, maybe 4. We might actually get the other one too. Yeah. Anyway, there's going to be 3, at least, maybe 4 of us. And, well, San Diego is where we're coming to, Kathy. Then definitely get on our feeds and figure out where we are and come see us and come help us. That would be wonderful. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna pack in the bus, and there's 7 or 8 of us coming.
You're buffering. Why is it
buffering? Am I buffering?
I don't see buffering.
Not buffering? Serious?
I've got you to pull up. Oh, my
anyway,
phone is slow
there we go.
Grandma. Just moved from San Diego, dang it. Sorry about that.
Oh,
Kathy.
just moved from San Diego. Oh, okay. Anyway, what I was saying, we're gonna, I don't know, hamburgers from McDonald's, or pizzas. I hate to, it's kind of an overkill if I'm giving whole pizzas out to one individual, but we would like to get, we'll try to stop and get drinks and stuff. It just all depends on you guys. It depends on how we can, how much we come up with in donations in order to do this. All of our, or we're going there to pick up a bunch of donations that are given to material and stuff that is going to be given to the camp any which way. And this is just another way of adding to it to, make our adventure that much more of a blessing. So,
we'll leave.
There's
Probably
plenty of
tomorrow.
homeless out there, yes, and
Be back
we might not make
Friday.
much of a dent, but we will make a little bit of a dent, and every little bit helps. I mean, it doesn't. If we come up with enough money to buy 5 burgers and 5 drinks, then there's going to be 5 blessed homeless people in San Diego. If we get enough to buy 1,000 of them, then we're not going to stop until they stop us or we reach that mark. One or the other. So, our lunch meat sandwiches. lunch meat sandwiches. Actually, during the day, just whatever it is. I actually like the idea of going to like McDonald's or something like that. Even though I don't like feeding corporations like that, but at the same time, I don't want anything that they can say anything about the handling food or anything. And I don't want to get in any kind of trouble like that. So I want to do something like McDonald's or whatever else, or we can even go into Walmart and just go in there and wipe out all the Lunchables. That way it's all sealed. Just hand them out and drinks. Whichever way it is, whatever we all decide, and we'll decide that as a collective group, and that will be y'all's.
2.5 hours drive to San Diego. Yeah.
But anyway, we will decide on what it is we do depending on how much we get donated to us and what it is we decide to do with that. But regardless of whether we get Lunchables, whether we get pizza, whatever we get, we'll go down to where we and a whole bunch of them, and then some of us will stay with the bus, and a bunch of us will grab meals and just take off and spread out, deliver them, say hi, how you doing, and all that. And as long as we can, even if if they look like they need someone to just talk to for a little bit, I don't mind sitting down on the curb with them and sharing a meal with them, and I will do that. I imagine I will. When I get hungry, I am sure going to sit down with somebody and share a meal with them, because that's what this is all about. This is all about getting to know the people and showing them that there is people with God's love in them, and to be nice and generous and try to do something like that, and you can I'll put it this way. A lot of people, they feel like they need to give and everything else, and why not just let's do it where where your blessings are going. You're going to see it all yourself, because we're going to keep everything on film, on camera, and you'll see where your blessings go, and everyone, including every one of y'all, including everyone that we run into, should receive a blessing from this. And yes, we're going to spread the love with everything we do.
Yes.
There are a lot of issues with it, but we're going to try to ignore some of the issues with it and just pray that we are okay with everything and we are safe. And I don't know, the idea come to me, and I feel very strong to do so, and I'm determined. I will do it, and I have enough money to at least buy 3 or 4 meals. So if we get no donation, then at least 3 or 4 of them I know are going to get fed. So we are. We'll tell you on the. It'll be me doing it and Lewis doing it, and plugs. You'll be able to donate to whichever one if you feel that you trust one more than the other, or if you feel that this one, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's all going in as a collective group. We're going to do everything we can, and if this blows up really big to where we have way more than what we can handle in the time frame that we can handle it in, then that will be set aside, and as soon as we're able to, we'll go to another city and do the same thing. Regardless, we are going. It's a good idea to do it, and I know that there's a lot of controversy about it, but at the same time, it's about time that some people make a stand and show that it's okay to be a good person. It's okay to be humble. It's okay to be kind to one another, and we just make a stand, and that's it. We're this running around and trying to ignore our homeless and ignore our veterans and ignore all of that has really got to stop. So, with that being said, and I see you asking about PayPal. No, if you want to donate to the camp, then that's fine, but I don't want anything sent to the PayPal that is for this until we are on our trip, because when I will draw out whatever we have on that for the camp, and I'm going to leave that and whatever, because I have a little bit of donations in there right now, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to leave that. And when we leave here, every bit of donations is what we're going to be and do something with the homeless out there. I mean, if we reach enough to where we can actually go in and do other things, get I don't know, spray bottles with fans on them for them for the heat, cool towels, and you know, if we end up with a whole lot of money, then we're going to go to Walmart and we're going to wipe out a bunch of stuff, and that is what's going to go to them. You know, whatever it is, but our main priority is to give them a little bit of food, nourish what they need, and then give them a little bit of love, and, you know, fulfill that part of their nourishment too. And we're expecting good things.
Put out your email. I tried to send money to Goonie through PayPal. I was not able to, but I was able to send Jolene and Goonie's gone. So it is.
Yes. So we have got. Do what? You have to look it up on the. Yeah. It's no. It's.
Okay, I'm looking. I'm going to hear about.
We're gonna have to find it. I don't know. I think it's Shepherd Treehouse. I think it's all lowercase. I don't email myself enough.
It is.
You should help the slabbers. Bigger cities like
that's a lot.
Have many resources. Yes, they do. And actually, and that's what I was gonna say is, you know, whenever we have.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's the PayPal deal that is on the About page.
And that's where they're sending.
Yeah, that'll be the PayPal information on the About page. Anyway, and yes, everything that is everything that when we come back here, everything that we still have, you know, we can go into slabs and distribute that too. And I would like to do the same thing here. It was just you know, you feel led to do something a certain way, and we're going there any which way. And I feel I feel that we need to do that out there. We can do an Adopt a Slabber drive. I love that. That is an awesome idea. Can you mod me so I can post PayPal for you guys? It won't let me mod anybody until after I've reached 500, I believe. But I don't have the ability to mod anybody. Who would you?
I don't know what I just did.
Adopt what?
I don't know what I just did, but.
What do you mean?
I didn't. It on the phone. It went stupid. So I'm retarded, guys. Hang on.
Anyway, so so close to 500, I know. And by the time this is all done, we're going to be way over 500 because with us flipping through the different channels, y'all are all going to get on like Lewis's page, which he is a robotics genius, man. He makes programs and stuff, and y'all know, and some of y'all know Lewis. He's a really cool guy, and he's really here part of the camp. I mean, I know he stays at the
It's not letting me put
okay.
your email address out there.
Yeah, it's not letting us put our email address out. I don't know how to do that, but if any of y'all are able to grab my email address, or it's not my email address, that's a PayPal address.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's your PayPal.
But anyway, if anybody knows how to take that off of the About page and post it, that would be great.
Well, no, it won't like them either. No, my phone's retarded.
Use
AT instead of the @ sign. Email with show.
Yeah.
Huh?
It's still.
Anyway, okay.
It's not gonna let me.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. But anyhow, we're gonna get out there and try to spend a little bit of time with them. We wanna We also want to try to.
Thank
We're going to
you.
try to advertise our channels, of course. You know, when we're doing this, the way that is when we alternate cameras on the trip.
You'll have to go to
You know, you'll have to go to theirs, but we're going to do 24-hour feed all the way there, and the person that is donating material to us doesn't want to be recognized or on camera, so that'll be the only time that we will be off camera. And
read.
huh?
Read.
What? What?
I said no read.
Anyway,
And I have a blue wrench. I'm a troll buster. What?
anyway, we're going to and if this is successful, which I know it will be, and we're going to try to do this in more places. No, I don't need a moderator. Why do I need a
Now, we
moderator?
just need good people on our channel that understand that being rude is not okay.
Oh, is there somebody being rude in there? There's a reason why I'm not trying to read these comments, and that is why, because I know I will end up having something to say about it. So I take it by everybody's actions. I don't need to be reading this or reading any of them. So I mean, when I want to, but nope. You know, it's all about showing people that. Let me turn these off.
You guys using that box right there?
How do I do that? Okay, is yours still going?
Yeah.
Somebody say something, make sure that, yeah. Okay, alright. Well, I got it off of the camera, so I'm not paying attention.
You guys using that box right there?
We decided that's probably going to be a better idea because there is a lot of jackasses that like to start a bunch of stuff that they don't need to be starting.
www.paypal
So,
/me/Thomas Elston is the PayPal account that he's
is that off yours? Did you get it on there or something? Or somebody
No,
else?
somebody had asked if that was your.
Yes.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yes, that's the
you had
PayPal account. Please, don't send any for the cause until we are actually on the road and going. That way, whatever we have in there is donations for the camp as of right now. And we'll take that out, and then everything that comes in for the trip is going to be used for the trip. For what we're doing in this trip. So we go down there. We're probably going to hang out for the night and get up the next day. We are going to get set up for what we're going to do. We're going to figure out about what we've got as far as donations to do so, and we are going to figure out exactly where we're going to be, and we'll do this as a collective group. Everybody's opinion matters on it. We'll figure out where we're going to get the food and everything. We're going to do what we're setting out to do, and then when we wrap it up, we'll go and take going and get the donations that are that we're going up there to get, and then we'll probably, I don't know if we'll hang out another night or whatever, maybe, and then we're going to come on back and.
Well,
I think this ought to be a
said-
really interesting and fun
I wanted you to
adventure.
hear this.
What?
Bray said, "I know these people and actually been out there, so I know they're not fake." And yeah, you're an idiot.
Is that what you said? You're an idiot. Here you go, Bray. Thank you. I appreciate it. And he has been out here. Matter of fact, he's the one. He is the one that did the.
Hi, Goonies.
Well, if they're live, you can.
I know, but they're gonna see
Anyway,
her feed
He's the one.
eventually.
He's the one that did the 360 video on the camp. That was really neat. I like that. Which that would actually. I wish we had a way of doing that. Because that would be awesome to be able to set one of those up in the bus and periodically do a skim around the bus and you know, and then y'all can see what we're hanging out doing
Yeah.
for the trip there and everything. What?
See that? See,
Love you guys. I hope you make some money to
That's
help
great,
people.
guys.
I sing you some because
My-
I don't listen.
My son Bubba
to
is
direction.
asking and begging to come and hang out with your son Bray, and
I hope.
Um,
Work-wise.
I wouldn't mind talking to him about his little donation when he came over here. I was rather impressed. I wouldn't mind talking to him about that any which way. So, Huh?
Praise it anytime.
Today,
he said anytime. When?
today or whatever.
Today?
If you don't care.
I think
how are
we're
you going to get
leaving.
there? You have to be able to get there. You're going to hitchhike.
We're not going to leave
You're not
until
hitchhiking out here.
what was it?
Huh?
We're not going to leave until the sun goes down.
Yeah, we're gonna
because it's a
leave
big bus
Tomorrow night, we're going to
No air
leave,
conditioner.
and we're going into San Diego, and we're going to hang out. We're not doing anything tomorrow night. We're going to look around and get our game plan in our head of what we're going to do. And then when we get up the next morning, we'll get set up and figure out where we're going to go and where we're going to do all of this. And like I said, we are doing 24-hour beats, so we are going to be charging phones, and I'm sure there'll be
Yeah.
one in charge of staying awake, and I mean 24-hour beats. So
Is Bubba going? Bray asked.
I don't know if Bubba is going or not. We have discussed it. I think it'll be a beautiful, enlightening experience for him. But at the same time, I'm not exactly sure what to expect. So that cautious dad. But really, it's between him and Flux. Flux is the one that is it's his bus, and he's the captain on that part of it. So how many people are going is up to him.
El Chato said that downtown.
So far there are. He's gonna go. I think possibly Jinxie's gonna go. I know me and Selena's going, and then Louis and Tori and possibly Bubba. So
Okay, so here's some of the questions. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Downtown San Diego is loaded with the homeless. Yes. Tommy, you and Selena are good people. One person just wrote this from El Chato. This is from Jerry and Tommy. You and Selena are good people. Yay! I can't wait. Mary says, "Can't wait either. I'm excited." Joyce is, "I'm back. Yay! No buffering." Bray says, "Give him my cell phone number, and if he doesn't go, tell him to go ahead or to get a hold of me later on."
Who said that?
Bray.
Bray? Yes. No problem. I'm gonna give you Bray's number, and you can call him and Huh?
I got no phone.
Well, you can borrow somebody's phone, and I'll write it down for you and hand it to
I
you.
didn't
But,
think about
huh?
that. I didn't think about that.
Joyce said, "Tommy, is there a one-person camper group I should avoid in Slab City? Who would that be?"
For the most part, it depends on you. If you're gonna go up there with a mean bossy type attitude, I would suggest avoiding 90% of them. But if you go up there with a kind heart and with a gentle soul, people don't mess with you. They understand you can go up there, and if you're welcome, you're welcome there, and if you're not, then they'll tell you. But 90% of every place here will welcome you. There are a few that they like their privacy, and you have to respect that.
Nearby, you are good. Bray said, "At the Goonies and nearby, you're good."
Oh, well, anywhere around. I mean, you have just as much trouble in a little city like that as you do a little town anywhere else, I mean, of course, there are a few people that are probably shouldn't mess around. But me, I don't think of it that way, and I'm not scared to talk and socialize with anybody. I mean,
I haven't met one person I haven't fell in love with out here.
Yeah, there's even the people that you would turn your nose up to, and most people would. I'm not saying you in general, but if you feel I was talking about you, maybe you need to think and pray about that one. Would you or would you not? But anyway, most of them are people that most people would turn their nose up to. But we've gotten to know them in a different level, and I did it. I did the exact same thing myself. When I came here, I was judgmental. As a matter of fact, it was about the skirts, which hence is what made me try it myself, because I felt bad about it. You know, after the lesson that was taught to me over it, you know, and when we grow when we grow in God, we were taught lessons, and that was one of them, and that was why I ended up trying the skirts to begin with, and was because I had made some comments to myself, or out loud to her, actually, about the guys in skirts, and afterwards I thought about it, and I strive on telling people, you know, you don't have the right to judge other people, and here I am, I did it myself, and it kind of pissed me off, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna punish myself. God don't need to punish me. I'm gonna do it myself. If he feels the need to punish me still, then I guess I'm gonna get double punished. But I'm gonna do it myself, and I'm gonna go and make friends with every one of them. Okay. And I did, and they're great people, man. I was a fool for thinking that, you know. And anyway, that's what's wrong with a lot of people. You know, they think that it's bad about someone instead of just, you know. And there is some evil goes around, but there's evil no matter what town you go to.
Yeah, there's been a couple of people asking how long we're going to be gone.
How long are we going to be gone? Well, 2 days max. We have several that are going to be here watching the camp. We have, but anyway, we're not going to be very long. I think we're going up there tomorrow night. We're going to stay the night there, scoping it out, figuring out where we're going to go and do and everything else. And then the next day we're going to do our mission. And
yes, we'll be there on the 30th.
Huh?
Joyce said, oh, cool. So you'll be there on the 30th? It's supposed to be on the 30th, remember?
Well, when's the 30th?
The 30th is next week.
Next week. Oh yeah, we're only gonna be there a couple of days. We're going down there tomorrow evening, driving. You know, it's only a 2.5 hour, 3 hour drive, something like that. We're gonna go down there and hang out and have some fun. Maybe, you know, I don't know. It'll be nighttime by the time we get there, and then we'll get up the next morning, hang out at the beach, have a little bit of fun, kind of regather ourselves. That's our own little kind of a, I don't know, mini vacation for a few hours. We're going to have some fun, and then we're going to sit down and we're going to regroup and figure out exactly where we're going to go and get what and how we're going to do this, and then we're going to get to the job at hand and take care of it, and we got to go and
you're going to have a hell of a time trying to park the bus near the beach.
Yeah,
driving the beach.
Yeah. Well, we got a lot of experience driving that bus in the sand.
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't need stuck in the beach, because we do not need a 3-day event to turn into a week long.
No.
Which I know it won't. I know we've got enough people just here that it's close enough. They'll come and get us. They ain't gonna let that happen. So, anyway, I feel really excited about this idea. It kind of scares me a little bit, though. You know, I don't know. It's a new magical world when you start doing the best you can do to just do what you feel led to do, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a blast, and there's gonna be some blessed people out of this. So, hopefully, if Jinxie goes, then we'll have some music on the trip. Tonight we're gonna paint the bus up, and y'all get to see it in the morning. I don't want to be trying to fumble around with cameras and lights and all that stuff. So, anyway, we're gonna have some fun doing that tonight, and then tomorrow you'll get to see the finished product, and we're gonna get loaded up and ready. And
when you were talking about the donation, I made.
Yeah.
Were you talking about
Yeah, come
the
in.
pot we brought?
Do it.
When you were talking about the donations, were you talking about the pot we brought?
Now, I was trying to be discreet, but yeah. Jeez. Yeah, I wanted to tell him that was some awesome stuff. And
Oh my
seriously,
gosh.
I want some more of that.
El Chato. So my brother was homeless in San Diego. I went to see him 2 years ago and found out he had been murdered in the streets.
Yeah, see, you know, that's sad. And what's really sad is, you know, it's
Right.
there's veterans, women, children, there's plenty of people that are on the streets, and they, you know, they could use a little help. And there's lots of organizations around to help them,
I'm really sorry.
And
for
this
your
and that,
loss,
but-
El Chato.
but you know, it doesn't hurt for us all to do our part. And you know, we do our part whether we do it in person, like we're going to do it, or whether we do it,
We were at this
whether we do it by donating to it, or whether we do it by, you know, even down to the people that we go and get the food from. You know, if they give us, if the managers give us a big discount as a blessing on them, then they'll receive a blessing for that too. You know, and we all, but mainly the people that we touch and the people that we send that message to, that message of love, a message that so many people forget to do. You have to show humanity that we're all humans and we deserve love. Deserve to give it, deserve to receive it.
El Chato says, I think that's why my heart goes out to the homeless, and at times I tell my wife I want to be homeless someday so I can be among the people that God loves the most.
You know, I did a while back. I went up there to Walmart and I set up a sign. Anything helps. God bless. You know, when you really need some money and stuff, you go and do that. We needed some gas and propane and stuff.
Okay, Kathy, I'll make sure.
3 hours and I got $3 and what is it, 85 cents or something, and a Gatorade. I went out there for a while. Selena stood out there for a while. Another campmate stood out there for a while, and that's all we had gotten. And other than that, we got a lot of people that will quickly roll up their windows and quickly, are looking the other way, trying not to make eye contact or anything else. And it was just like I figured. You know, people judge people because they're in a situation to where they need to beg. And I do understand there are people out there that beg that don't need to beg. You know, and I understand that. But at the same time, you have a lot of genuinely,
How
you know,
humbling
really,
that
really
is
good people that are
when you have to get out there
just
and do
in
that. It's very
a
humbling.
bad way.
It
And
humbled me to stand out there.
you know, it needs to be done. And
Yeah,
like
'cause
she
I
said,
was that
you know,
person at one time that didn't
Look.
make eye contact.
say that again.
But
Start your sentence, please. You know, everybody should hear that. Come on. I know, but come on.
I said it is very humbling.
Yes, it is. Explain your story.
What? What? That I was that person that avoided eye contact years ago. That I didn't
It
reach
made
out
for a very humbling experience.
Yes,
the
it did.
same as it did for me.
and to know what they go through.
You know, I have done it years and years ago.
The uncomfortableness of having to ask when
I mean,
you're
I was
in dire
on.
need for something is.
Huh?
I said, I will never turn my back on anyone again.
It's just, you know, us as a society, as the human race, we need to remember that we're all humans. And what you deserve is the same thing that someone else deserves. Food, water, love. Help
I would
one
love-
another.
Drink the rest of those Rocky Stars.
See what I'm saying? It's the right thing to do, and that's why we are going to start doing things like this. everyone can have a part in it.
I had a moment up there today while we were at earnings
Yeah.
to see everybody in the community like we are. It just, these are a amazing group of people that we get to share our lives with.
Yes. And
And just
it's
watch
wonderful. It's,
simple things as some new clothes or something to eat, and the smiles on their face brought tears to my eyes today.
the furniture, the beds,
Yes.
couches, the things that he gives away.
I mean, something so
No.
small, and yes,
I mean, me,
the sermon
I
was
go up
really
there.
good.
I go up there and I get the ticket and stuff, but I'm not really too much worried about it. And I did end up getting called on the raffle, which I just elected. I elected the chair that RLF was sitting in because he seemed to like it. So I was like, and then I went over there and said, "Well, you like that chair you sitting in? It's pretty comfortable." I was like, "Good, it's yours. Take it home." And we got enough.
Where's my 7-Up?
It's coming here anyway, so
Where's my 7-Up?
you didn't give me nothing.
Really? I didn't get a 7-Up?
Are you serious?
You freaking take
You
my
gonna-
rock star
Wait a
and then don't give me a 7-Up?
No, that's
It don't play that way. That's pretty messed up, boy.
This is confiscated, yo
she
shit.
thinks that's bad. I just took it now.
Hey, can I get up in the bed too?
No.
Nope, personal space.
Personal.
We let everybody in the cool room, but you do not cross that top step.
Stairs are, this is personal.
Yeah, you're not getting up in the bed.
Can I have a drink of that, please?
Get your own.
That was mine.
There you go. Anyway, so and if you're asking, if you're wondering,
Sean's here.
I did elect not to.
Hi, hon. Since I can't have the sound on, I'm sitting in class.
But for those of you that
And I
are
just
curious,
said hi,
I did
you can't
elect
hear me.
not to wear the skirt because of the heat. I figure we're already going to have enough attention on ourselves. I really don't need I don't need a bunch of judgmental people looking at me and firing me up. Because I want to, I don't. Everybody that knows me knows I don't like judgmental people, and they work my nerve, and I quickly tell them exactly what I think, and I don't really want to go to that. I don't want to really go that route, so I think I'm gonna tone it down a little bit, which I shouldn't. It's not me. I should go as me, and I believe that. And I may even take one with me. I might take a skirt with me, but I don't think I really want to. I don't want to tackle that battle along with the one at hand.
I've been going out.
No, I'm talking about when we go to the big city. It's different. It's going to be different, and
He wears
I mean,
this
I
like
get-
brawly and nice
yeah, I go
and all
to
that.
Brawley and everything in a skirt. That's not a problem. But we get into that big city. Even when I go into Brawley, I've already told people straight to their face, you ain't got no right to judge me. Don't let that skirt fool you. You know, and I've told them real quick. And I'm not. Don't judge me. You leave me alone. Yeah, and I could just see that not working so well in a big city. So I
Sean just said he will be
you know,
here Friday.
I'm not ashamed of it by no means, and I'll probably bring one with me. And if I feel compelled to wear it, I will wear it. But there's no point testing the waters for no reason.
We have to be back
What?
before midday on Friday. Sean will be here.
Early
No.
Well, if he gets here before we get back, because we can make it back Friday evening. If he gets here before we get back, it's not a big deal. There's going to be people here in the camp, and I will tell them ahead of time, where you set them up and everything. By the way, if he has a tent, great. If he doesn't have a tent, that's fine.
Forgiveness.
Dusty's out of that one, so you can see if he. No, he's just staying the weekend. It's the one that I baptized in the canal. He's coming to stay the weekend. I want to show him. I really want to show him what hanging out with a bunch of diverse people, that think differently, and what kind of spiritual blessing that you get from that when you realize that people think differently, and you have to understand that and not discriminate against it, and just get to know the person and that is a magical experience. We all understand here.
Right.
But if you've been close to God before, and you know what you know what I'm saying. I mean, you understand being that you've been or still are that close to God, then you understand the non-judgment and stuff like that. Well, when you first come into into the relationship with God, is the most critical part of a person's religion and a person's belief, because that is where the most stuff is taught to you and everything else. And if you're taught the right way, you're taught not to discriminate against people, not to judge people, and you're taught to look inside of a person and see their soul, not what they believe or what they act on or whatever else.
Or what they wear.
You'll understand it in a complete different level, and you'll understand God's beauty and God's grace within everything that He does in a lot bigger scale. And that I want to show him right now while he is fresh into this and really studying hard. And he's looking at everything. He's sent me numerous emails or messages about different things and he wanted my opinion on and everything. And I kind of touch base with him a little bit, but it's the same thing I am like here. I'm vague on things. It's not that I don't know the Bible front to back, and it's not that I don't know my stuff, but I stay vague with everything because it forces a person to look it up themselves and search it themselves, and then they're doing exactly what the Bible says to do, and that is to seek out your own salvation. They are doing that. That's why I stay vague with everything. I just guide in the right way, and I let them figure that one out themselves, and that is the best way to help guide them that way, and lead them the right direction. Don't it's kind of like leading sheep. We're shepherds. Let's use that analogy. Kind of like leading sheep. Do you lead them with love, or do you just grab them by the back of their head, shove their heads in the food bucket while you're leading them out the gate? I mean,
lead them with love.
They're not going to see any of the beauty and nothing on the way out.
Rachel says,
you got to look at it like that. It's weird.
She says, I have learned something over the years of reading the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
We learn of God's personality in the Old Testament, and I learned of God's love in the New Testament.
Right.
And Bryce says, as long as you are covering your dingle, what you wear shouldn't matter.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and I feel the same way.
Skirt, Tommy, make sure you have your bagpipes with you. Knee slapper.
Oh yeah, I haven't heard that one. Yeah. I don't have any bagpipes. I ain't even got a kilt.
Skirts at Walmart.
Trust me, if I had a kilt, that would even be better. Yes, indeed. Go for it.
As long as it's not a mini skirt, I don't think you have the legs to pull that one off, Tommy. LOL, just joking. That was from Sean.
What do you mean?
That was
know.
funny. Ha ha ha. Funny.
I like him. Look like sexy hairy legs.
He has a beautiful tan on his legs. I ain't jealous.
Beautiful tan all over.
I know.
Well,
But
almost all over.
his butt's flat.
What?
Your butt's white.
Glowing white.
Roger says,
No,
I
son.
hear Jerusalem bells ringing.
Jerusalem, huh?
Roger said, I hear Jerusalem bells ringing.
Jerusalem bells ringing. Okay, I don't understand. Well, yeah.
That's
okay, I get it.
Roger's humor.
Yeah. I had to think in Roger's humor.
We
Mind frame
all
narrative.
be dead if God didn't love us. God killed every man, woman, and child in the time of Noah. There are some really nice people out there. I wish I could help more. That's right.
Every little bit helps. And I'm serious, and every little bit helps. I mean that with every ounce of my being. But what I mean by every little bit helps is even the simplest prayer. That's all we really need. Seriously, even a prayer. Like I said, I'm going up there, we're going to do that, and if we got to collect every bit of change we can get in our pockets and buy the meals ourselves, and distribute them out and only be able to distribute 3 or 4 out, then by God, there's going to be 3 or 4 with blessings. That's what we're going to do.
Roger said my
If
mom
y'all
was a
if
lost
y'all
cause.
donate and y'all donate enough to
Yes.
buy 100 pieces,
Like
then
my
there's going to be
money.
100 pizzas out there. You know, that's what we're going to do. It's all up to y'all.
What? What?
We leave out tomorrow evening,
Not for you.
and that's when the fun begins. We are doing 24-hour live feed. It's going to be done with 3 or 4 different cameras. We're going to alternate and keep
Toya
alternating.
said, God
So-
is the only man I trust. Amen to you, sister.
There you go. That's the only one you need to trust.
Don't get caught distributing food in San Diego to the homeless because they will bust you for it. It is against the law.
Yeah, kind of why we're
I didn't
Gonna-
hear that.
gonna be a little discreet.
I didn't read that or hear it.
I didn't
Come out
hear
my
it
mouth.
either.
Y'all didn't hear that, did y'all?
No,
What?
there's no way. And yeah, there's no way. I mean, anyways,
That is a retarded law that needs to be.
yeah, I don't understand that. And you know what?
We're
You
not
know,
getting
I'm
into
glad you said that. No, I'm glad you said that because it really pissed me off when I figured that one out because they claim that we can't feed homeless. We can deny a human being food, or we have to deny a human being food. Because some lawmaker don't want it done because they don't like the idea of homeless people in their city. Well, give them a home and they wouldn't be homeless. Give them a tent. Give them an area that they can go to. Sit there and make a law that you can't feed homeless
Mary
people.
says that's
You know,
ridiculous.
I would
It
like to.
is.
I would like them to I am going to make this very well known. Look, when we go up there for food stamps, or we go up there for medical assistance, we go up there for anything. We enroll our kids in school. Where we're at right now, we are considered homeless. That is what they do. So, with that being said, go ahead. Let them say something about homeless feeding homeless and see how retarded they look. Just saying. I'm sorry. I wasn't going to say anything about that. I swore I wasn't going to say anything about that, but it got brought up. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Maybe it needed to. I don't know. We already understand the consequences behind this, and we already understand that it could go bad. But you know, with us doing something this good for God, I don't see it. I don't see it becoming anything like that. But if they want to do that, then they can do that.
Will be Sally's.
But Lord forbid,
Not Sally's, but me and Tori.
Lord
will be
forbid
Sally's.
that they do something like that, because
Why
honestly,
wouldn't you
I
think of
believe
it?
that when it comes Judgment Day, and they
I
have
was shaking
to answer for
No, you don't need it. Thank you.
for giving us tickets or arresting us for doing something like that, then you know that's on their Judgment Day, and that's what they have to deal with. And I wouldn't want to be there, and I don't want no part of it. I wouldn't even want to be a fly on the wall to see that one.
Roger said,
So-
F the police, and that will be one thing I change when I rule the world. That would be awesome, Roger.
Yeah.
I'll vote for you any day, sweetheart.
But anyway, I'm trying not to think about that part of it because there is a bad side of it that can go bad.
We're
but-
walking in faith.
Even that is going to be up to God whether that happens or not. And if we leave that up to God on whether that happens or not, then it is meant for that to happen. And for that, we have to sit back and try to figure out why it was meant for that and embrace that and do it. But we're doing this. I'm determined I'll do it. And I think everybody else feels the same way and is behind me on this.
Awesome, Tanya.
But I am determined enough that I don't. Even if everybody backed out at the last minute, I will walk there and do it because I think it's right to do. So that's got your wheels turning, don't it? Huh? Hey, got your wheels turning, don't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
You're okay with it, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Making sure you ain't getting
yeah.
nervous there.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
sitting there in deep thought. Don't get nervous now, because we ain't even got to where it gets hairy. Because we do need to discuss that. Because I got news for you. If this runs successful, we're not stopping with this. We're gonna come here and do it. We'll go to LA and do it, and we'll go different places and do this. And eventually, it's gonna backfire. It's gonna kick us in the ass, but we'll do it. I don't care. As long as everybody's willing to go for it,
I'm really doing it.
You know, I believe in you obey the laws of the land. I do believe that, and it is actually in the scripture and stuff. But there are some laws that are not. They need to be understood in a different way. They need to be done in a different way. They need to be altered. That's not right.
That's police brutality.
You know, I'm sorry, but that falls under humanity. It's for
it is.
that falls
Crazy
under
water.
how do you say that?
They said we're free, right?
Being decent to humanity or
Yeah, free.
I don't know. That is
Let's not forget that God fed 5,000 people. They wanted to hear His
Yeah.
words.
yeah. What I mean, seriously. You come up there and the bread, the fish, everything that he multiplied so much. He had a little basket. Should have fed a couple of people and that's it. And he got thousands with it. Okay? Why is that so? Why is that wrong? Why is that? Why is a country that is founded on the gospel of Jesus Christ allowed to have a law that forbids people to feed another human being? Why is that allowed? I'm kind of curious on that one. I really am. But regardless.
I don't mean to laugh.
Yeah. But
Not at anything you're saying.
Oh.
I was going to shout.
Alrighty.
Right.
Yes, Roger, it is.
Anyway.
Hey, Roger, hi. Hi, Roger. I guess I can say it.
Love says hi, Roger, if you didn't hear that.
Anyway. So my particular thoughts on it are, regardless what happens, whether we successfully do what we set out to do or whether we have troubles or whatever else, it's all going to happen the way it's supposed to happen. And
What? It is against the law to carry a permanent marker in your pocket in California. Are you for real?
I'm going to do it anyway.
because of graffiti and stuff, they've really made it against the law to carry a permanent marker in your pocket?
That is ridiculous.
Okay, we got to make sure there's no permanent marker in anybody's pocket when we're there. Jeez almighty.
Carry one in my
Because people
bag.
use it for graffiti. And they
No,
have
we're
it
quite
on
frankly, I mean, we're quite literally,
That's
we're
retarded.
not taking anything with it. We're going to make sure we are clean every which way. We're not, even though weed is recreational, it's not, we're doing everything legit, so we ain't doing nothing but being decent human beings, and hopefully everybody can see it that way. Hopefully everybody understands that.
That law was meant for minors, Tommy. They have a law like that in LA, but the cops only hassle teens for it.
They only have some teens. Oh well.
I
That
can
makes
see
it
that.
Because they be
Yeah,
right-
I can
they
see.
be
I can see teens doing crazy stuff to. I mean, they're at that age and stuff. And
They'll be writing gang.
They also
Really?
consider a razor blade paraphernalia and so many other things paraphernalia, or a screwdriver is considered thievery tool.
Or gang affiliation.
Anyway,
Tag ball with gang.
yeah, everything we take with us is going to be strictly for personal use and able to be run rid of quickly. I don't think I'm even taking any weed with me.
My medicine.
Huh? Well, I'll roll a couple of
No,
joints
you're
and
just
keep them
addicted.
hid.
You're addicted to weed.
But considering the circumstances of what we're doing and stuff, there now on the way back it wouldn't be an issue. But when we're there doing that stuff, I don't want anything with us. So just in case there is any issues with. Anyway, let's get off of that part of it.
Roger got stopped for being human.
Roger got stuff. You know, it's
Only you,
ridiculous.
Roger,
You know,
only
it really is.
Crazy cool.
Because you know it's a city ordinance, and you know it's wrong because it is what it does is they don't want homeless people in their city because they look at it as a plague. They think it's nasty to see somebody walking down the road without nothing, and they want to turn their nose up to it instead of actually getting out there and helping the person. You know, none of these homeless people are able to go and get jobs very easily. They can't even clean up decently enough to go and have a job. You know, I was watching some videos. If you want to watch some crazy stuff, watch some videos of people doing the exact same thing of what I'm fixing to do, and you will see. You'll see. There's other videos in there. The cops will go and harass homeless people they harass people. I seen a video earlier. That one just kind of really pissed me off because this guy was homeless sitting outside, and this guy was fixing to go into McDonald's and decided to grab this guy, bring him in, and paid for his meal. And this guy sat down to eat. The other guy the guy that was paying for the meal and stuff went and sat down over there, and he got it on camera when the police officer comes in because the manager's called to get the homeless guy out of there. And they try to make him leave without eating his food, not letting him eat his food because he didn't pay for it.
Bryson, I saw that one.
Yeah, and that it was like, wait a minute. So you can't even take him into a restaurant and feed him?
You're right, Roger.
So if you can't take a human being into a restaurant and feed him, then why is the restaurant serving me? Okay, because I had the money to buy for it or pay for it. Okay, well I had the money to pay for somebody else's. Why can't we serve them? They're a human being that needs some food, and them cops go in there and they harass them for that, and that's not right.
Tony
It's not.
said my guy got arrested sitting at the bus stop waiting on a bus.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
just crazy stuff. But you know, I was watching that video and that really hurts. That really hurts down in my soul to see that is what kind of that is what we expect out of humanity here. That is what we expect. That is what we're getting, and it's not right. It needs to be. Somebody needs to stand up and make a change.
Yes.
So, and it's going to take more than one person. You know, I can't do it by myself. Nobody else can. We can all do it together. There's no reason why we can't. Enough of us stand behind each other and do stuff like this. Just take one weekend out of your time. Go buy a bunch of, and don't worry about somebody harassing you about it or whatever. Go buy a bunch of. I watched this guy go and buy 50 cheeseburgers and 50 orders of fries. Cost him $200 and something. Doesn't seem like very much when you have a decent amount of money, but that $200 and something, he went and bought burgers and fries from McDonald's right through the drive-thru. They had to go inside. He did a whole video on it, really nice. And he got out there and just kept handing burgers out to people and fries out to people. And you could see just how much of a blessing that kid was excited. And there ain't no telling how he got the money. I mean, he was young, so maybe he had a regular, decent, good job. Maybe somebody donated him the money. Maybe, maybe it was a kid that just went and busted out lawns for a whole summer and had the money and just decided he wanted to give it away to the homeless. Whatever the case is, come in.
Daniel says, don't look down on someone unless you are helping them up.
Exactly. Matter of fact, There's a song that I have on my playlist. It's which one? It's Terry Joe Terrell's song. Terry Terrell. If you look it up, there's one of them. He says part of one of the verses of the song.
Yeah.
Part of the verse was when you get up on top or get up on God's mountain and look behind you and see me struggling, trying to make it along.
Okay, good.
Just lift my name up to
I
Jesus.
did that. Yeah.
Let's help each other make it home.
I'm not feeling that.
It's a beautiful song,
We're
really
live.
beautiful song, and it tells you something. You know, it's right. You know, I mean, it's not a matter of
I don't know. Maybe it is.
what we accomplish and how much money we make and how rich we are and everything else. That's gonna matter. It's gonna matter where our hearts are. So let's lift each other up.
It's crazy.
Lost a lot of viewers.
Yeah.
Down to 18.
We
We're only an hour and 11 in.
Pennies, probably.
Well, either somebody else went live or either that or maybe they might not be that interested in it. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how many people are interested in this or not. This is the task at hand, and we're going to do it. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We all are in agreement that we think this is the right thing to do,
That
and
is so sad.
we're not going to be stopped.
Shadow.
What happened?
He said that he had paid for a homeless person's meal at a Golden Corral in Oklahoma, and they sold his food to me by the pound, and it cost him more because they wouldn't let him inside to eat.
Wow.
That's
See,
pathetic.
why don't they want to let them inside to eat? Because they
That was
because they stink?
Because they're wrong.
Because they're dirty and they stink?
Hi, Sean.
I mean, come on, man. If the stink bothers everybody so bad, then take them somewhere and pay for them to be able to use the facilities to take a shower. Seriously, I mean, I'd put them in the vehicle with me, and if they stunk too bad, sorry, I'd just roll down the windows. No biggie. We'll take care of that, but, you know.
Hey, Lost Dog says, can I come stay at the tree house while you're gone? I promise not to paint everything purple while I'm there.
Well, purple's my favorite
Maybe.
color, though.
Yeah, that's what I was fixing to say. We wouldn't argue with that. Purple,
Purple
or
and
green.
gold.
I
are
like
good.
purple.
Purple and
And
gold.
my favorite color is green.
LSU
Huh? Purple and gold.
Purple
LSU.
and green.
or Saints. Man.
Purple and gold, LSU.
Purple and green because I like green. Gold is... I don't know.
Green don't go with purple.
It does. I have it on my bracelet. Thank you very
Anyway.
much. Hey.
No, nobody's coming to the treehouse. We already have. The ones that are in charge of the treehouse and watching the treehouse are going to be here, and the ones that are, any guests are welcome to come in and talk with the ones that are here. But with the exception of who we already have arranged plans and stuff, we're not going to have a lot of traffic over here, and it's just a few that are. They're going to be watching it very closely, and then when we get back, then we are going to really dig in real hard and deep and get everything we can straightened up, start getting some projects where we have the ability of starting them, and we can get to work, and then we're going to plan our next little adventure. See where that's going to take us. I think we're going to do this about, I don't know, maybe once a month or so. I think it's a good idea to do something like this. Go to a different city or whatever. Go somewhere else. Just go for the weekend, 3 or 4 days, whatever. As long as we have somebody willing to travel, then we'll do that until we get our own vehicle. And then when we get our own, we'll do it quite often. Just me and... What is it?
46 said, this time I got no YouTube notification and this live stream did not appear in my sub feed. Yeah, mine did that yesterday.
YouTube must not be liking you. It can't be me. I love everyone. So,
How long are we,
it's got to be YouTube. Huh? How long?
how long are we going on? We're going to stay on.
For this?
Yeah.
What?
Well, almost 8 o'clock, and I want to read my Bible.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's fine.
Try to keep.
I know. She's got this devotion thing that's on her Bible thing, so, and she's wanting to do that. Speaking of which, you know, if I realized something, I had somebody ask me for a Bible, and you know, I use my phone or whatever. My Bible had come up missing, so I had another one, and when I gave it to him, I'm like, I got thinking about it. You know, if you got an old Bible laying around that you're not using, and of course not the only one that you have, because then you don't have one reading one yourself. You know, and you feel up to, and you want to bless the camp with something, send it. And that way, maybe we'll have a few extras laying around to hand people that don't have a Bible. And I mean, I no longer have one. Even my big, I called it my preacher Bible because you know, it was exactly what it is. You know, but I don't even have it anymore. So. But anyway, you know, if you run across things like that, we all always love to get donations and things that we can help other people with. You know, and that is something that's great to help people with. You know, and also you know, not just Bible, You know, I don't mind having books on other religions around, because a person should have their minds broadened. They should do that. They should look at other religions and no, I mean it's just respectful books. You know, I mean, I don't want any kind of I don't want anything that would have, you know, spiritual demons attached to them and stuff. You know, if you know what I mean. I don't want any kind of, but I don't have anything against knowledge. You know, and books are knowledge. So really, yeah, it kind of all goes hand in hand. So really, any of it.
I don't want
books are books. Honey, they're knowledge.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. We're not going to bring in any demons by having the knowledge of them here.
Well, I would love.
It's a person. You know, if you believe in that sort of thing, you know, with that and witchcraft and stuff like that, you can even ask ones that believe that way, you know, that ilk and stuff. That it takes the person with that belief to put it in action. It's not because you have the book with those words in it, you know. Here, it's not because you have the book here for knowledge. It's because people use knowledge for the wrong thing. So honestly, you know, anything is nice. And I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to sit and read them.
I don't know what that came from, Tony, but okay. Missouri is the shooting that he arrested Reverend White for helping the homeless, and then she comes up and says, cracking everyone too?
Huh?
If you believe in bad, there has to be good.
And well, that's got to be, I don't know, that's our sister.
That's what I'm saying, but the last thing she put is that Reverend Rice got arrested for helping the homeless, and then did he have crack and heroin on him too?
Okay, well that's probably what they were talking about.
My religion is for me, nobody else.
Right.
You believe in ghosts, I believe in ghosts. Ghosts, spirits, all that. Yes.
See, it's not a matter of what you believe. What I'm saying is that, you know, it is good to be knowledge, to learn about other things.
I would like to learn, but that was just me because of the way I was brought up.
What?
If you bring it into your house.
Right. And yeah, it's kind of, I mean, I have my own, you know, I'm not going to say anything wrong about any other body's belief and stuff like that, but see, I have problems like with Ouija boards. I won't allow them. No. I don't allow them here. I don't want them here. I don't want anybody hanging upside down crosses, you know, and it's because it's out of respect for my belief. It's not because I have anything against the person that is doing that. You know, I don't believe it's right, and that's my own belief. It's my own personal belief. And you know, so
that's how I feel. It's like,
and that's how I feel. And, you know, so I don't want anything like that. You know, I wouldn't want anybody sending me things like that. But in the books, you know, in books and stuff, you know, like a book on knowledge of a Ouija board. There's,
Armin,
you know,
do you
knowledge
mean?
is power.
Okay,
So what?
this is from Armand.
Yeah.
You guys are legit. You're not screwheads operating in this sector at this time. I don't know what that
Okay, that's got to be a compliment.
Upside down crosses and witchcraft were not collected.
Are not connected. No, I was just I was mentioning different things
Hi,
that
Rebecca.
you know that I have a personal thing. I don't believe they're right, and I don't believe I think they seem to kind of retain bad spirits. To me, they seem like that. So I choose not to have them around me. But I'm not being a.
Mary says, I believe in spirits because nobody's in heaven. Because the Bible says thy kingdom comes, so it ain't come yet. So spirits are somewhere here. Where? Or some here.
That's a very good viewpoint on that. I mean, interesting.
Some things are better left alone.
Well, honestly, I mean, it would make perfect sense because he says in the end times that the bodies will rise from the grave and, you know, rise upright and walk again. So therefore, you know, maybe it's kind of like, you know, when you die, you got that period of time that before the actual before everything happens, you know.
Satan worshippers are Christians gone bad. Wiccan and pagans are completely different. Hollywood mixes them up.
Yeah, yeah, I know, and I do know that I do understand the difference and everything. I really do. And matter of fact, if
Did
you
I
stop
not say
and
the right one? I'm sorry.
yeah, matter of fact, if you stop and think about it, pagans, they have the most eye-opening content, and they have the I don't know how to explain that, but it's really unique. And when the thoughts about it and the general ways that they believe added in with that scenario makes it really.
Christmas was a pagan holiday.
Yes, Christmas was a pagan holiday. From one, I think they said he was born in the
Original
spring.
Satanists were Catholic priests that turned against the church.
Yes, they're also part of the ones that took a lot of the books out of the Bible.
Well, why are you so sad, Scott? Cheer up. We'll pray for you. Is that your cowboy hat, Tommy?
Yes, it is. One of them.
Wiccans don't believe
Two of them.
in
I got
Satan.
another one over there.
Okay, how is it that people use for the Christian cross is not?
Wait a minute. What is it? Okay. How is it that people's use of the Christian cross is not adultery? I know people are not worshiping it as a God, but it is worshipped as I the word worship. Yes. Hold on. Jesus came to it, and especially that is very understandable. And I very much understand that. And the only reason I'm all right with the crosses is because I don't look at it that way. I try not to, you know, but you are right. You know, we really shouldn't worship a cross, or just the same as we don't, you know, the ones that they worship the Virgin Mary, they worship the, you know, and it all has its place, but it's not. It shouldn't be like that. And you're right. The worshiping Jesus' pain, looking at it from that way, yes, it makes your viewpoint on that makes perfect sense. Is what I'm trying to say. And although I don't necessarily have a problem with the cross and having it around me than the it's now the cross with Jesus on it. I won't wear them. I don't have anything against them, but I don't know. I don't particularly wear them, and I just feel that I don't, but just a regular cross, it kind of reminds you of what Jesus did. What Jesus did on the cross was the ultimate display of love that anyone could ever do. I mean, we're talking about a man that could take 10,000 angels and bring them down and stop what they were doing to him, but no, he didn't. And he did that for us. It was the ultimate display of love. Like the love between a father and a son.
Kathy Jones says the cross symbolizes the death of Jesus, which serves as a reminder of his sacrifice for us. No correlation to eating whatever the word is.
Idolatry. Idolatry is worshiping idols.
Well, that's not.
Okay. Yes. Anyway, when you idol, or when you worship, objects, just objects. Some people believe it's the same as like when the Catholics they take their cross with Jesus on it and kiss it and worship that. And like I said, that's what they say. I'm not here to judge anybody for what they believe or anything else. Me personally, I don't believe all of the same ways. But I do understand that as far as the symbol of what it is.
Tommy, have you seen the Catholics in the Philippines that actually crucify themselves to pay off religious debts?
Yeah.
Holy mad, bro.
Yes. There's a lot of deep, dark things that people do, and you have to ask yourself, why do they do that? But the truth about the matter is, you're not gonna know why. It doesn't make any sense, and not everything's gonna make sense. That particularly, I don't understand either. I don't get it. I don't. They're not taking, or they're not
Rebecca
Jesus.
says,
They're
follow
not,
the 10 Commandments and you'll never go wrong.
right. Follow the 10 Commandments and never go wrong. Yep. Right.
It's Illuminati.
Well, I've always said, as far as my, and I said it earlier, actually, matter of fact, as far as my off of religion, this is getting off topic now, but as far as the way I think about the government and their stupid ways with these stupid laws and everything else, that's what I said earlier, is, I tell you what, if the Illuminati was ever watching these kind of videos, I would end up with somebody over here trying to pick my brain. Because they'd really want to know. Because I do not like the government.
I believe that everyone has the choice in beliefs. Just don't push those beliefs on me.
Yeah, exactly. You shouldn't. You should. That's why, the beliefs that I believe are definite are love and compassion for people, the kindness, and even if I'm wrong, stop and think about it. Even if I'm wrong, I'm doing nothing more than being a good, decent human being. So I'm still right. And I try to leave all of the other, those things are for you to seek out yourself and figure out how you feel on it and how you believe, what you believe about it. And you need to study your Bible and back it up. Study more than just your Bible. Study all the books you can. Get knowledge. Understand that there is more, there is differences, and understand that man wrote all of these books, so they're all fallible.
Okay, so
anyway.
Bryce says, I believe we're all connected, and that if you do good, you get good. If you do bad, you get bad.
Right. Right.
And Tanya just said, okay, so God will forgive you for murder, but won't for suicide. Go figure. There's a reason.
Yeah. There's, you don't have, according to my Bible, you don't have the right to destroy one of God's creatures, and you are.
Oh,
That's
Scott,
what-
that's so sweet.
And there's you can't. There's a lot to that one, but
Scott says, would love to meet you guys. You're both an inspiration to me.
well, thank you. We try to be. But yeah. Anyway,
Jesus is the New Testament, hence we live under his grace.
there you go.
When first helping out.
Hmm?
Horse Seeker says, when first helping out with the Dakota ceremony, I was very concerned with doing the wrong thing. I asked lots of questions, mostly like they were answered with, why you asking me? Ask Creator. I've heard
Wow.
that before.
No, when you go to someone for knowledge, they should. If they have knowledge, they should give it to you.
Yeah, but in our nature
know.
is you should just ask Creator and he'll tell you. You're supposed
Right.
to
They
seek
should
that
give
out
you
yourself.
knowledge. But what I'm saying though
And
is the thing about that is when they give you knowledge to understand that it's all done by perception.
I don't know if
So-
it's true for her or not, but when that was something my uncle would say too, is ask Creator, don't ask me. He will.
Look,
It was just
like I
telling
was
us
saying.
to seek it out ourselves.
exactly. Like I was saying, you're right. You should give knowledge when somebody's asking you for advice or understanding on something. You should give that to him. But the problem with that is not everybody understands that that it's all by perception. So that is another person's perception, and if they are wrong, then you are putting your faith in another person, and a person is fallible. Just like you don't take everything I say for granted. I'm fallible. That's why you should look it up yourself, and that is when you seek out your own salvation, and that is when you are asking your Creator for that information and those questions.
Bryce says you have to remember the Bible and all other scriptures were written by men.
For what?
Were written by men.
Yes, and they were written by man, and they are. You got to understand, everybody has their own perception of something. Okay, and everybody thinks that their perception is right. Well, in all actuality, nobody knows who is right.
The desert is where the Bible takes place during the ages of Aries and Pisces.
Yeah, but the thing about it is right or wrong.
Yes,
You have that opinion about something, and you have that thought about something, then you are accountable for your own. So get knowledge, get all the knowledge you can, and you figure it out to where you feel that you're right. That is your own salvation. That is your own understanding,
Red Road.
and that is what you're judged with. I mean, if I do know one thing though, no matter whether I'm right or wrong or anything else, everybody can relate. Being a good person is a good thing, and with being a good person and doing good things, then there's no reason why you should not see the rewards of heaven.
This is Tommy and Selena. You will be blessed for doing good for others, and we hope we bless many people.
I'm not worried about the blessing I receive. I will receive what blessing that God sees the heart or sees in His heart for me to receive. But just being able to do something like this is a blessing in itself.
Kathy, sure would be nice to gather around a campfire and have this discussion. That'd
Yeah,
be
it would
awesome.
be, wouldn't it? I'm setting that up to where people, we're gonna, like during the winter time and stuff, we're gonna have a campfire out back and stuff, and I think about once a week or whatever, we'll have a little bonfire or whatever, and people can come out and do just that. We can sit around just as decent people and understand that it's just for knowledge. Everybody is entitled to their understanding of whatever, and we'll just pick a topic and pick it apart. Let's just sit around a fire and just discuss it. Let's see what other people think about it, and that's when it gets really magical, when you actually open up your eyes
Makes
and
sense.
forget about what what you have been taught in the past, and listen to a person and realize they've been taught something different. So listen to them and try to. You don't have to believe what they believe. Just listen to them.
What? It says, did you know that there are unions in the Bible and the word couch and stuff now? And then Rodney said, and dragons.
Yeah, what in a New Testament, or I mean a New International Version, or
I don't know.
never heard of that. Not no unicorn.
Gypsy says, so glad to
Now,
see
dragon
you
is in there, the
speaking about
seven-headed
that which
dragon.
you are passionate.
The dragon in Revelation,
So
are
Tommy,
the
is
seven.
it
Well, the
that
beast.
Mary Magdalene wrote in the Bible?
What?
Isn't Mary Magdalene, the book of Mary Magdalene wrote in the Bible?
I don't know. I've been told that before, but me personally, I've never seen it, so I don't know. But it's not. I mean, it's not written in the King James version. The story about Mary Magdalene, yeah, but not her own book. It may be one of the books that were taken out. I don't know. I've heard about it.
I think Roger wants a beer
I think Roger wants a beer.
because he keeps saying kegger. I don't have to understand everything those words. Sometimes he just carried me, and the only one set of footprints in the sand.
This is what I love. This kind of chat amongst friends. This is what I love too. We keep it vague, keep it open, keep it high spirited. Let's not get into too many details
Right.
because there's a lot of people that disagree with that and everything. But at the same time, let's discuss it. But
Gypsy says,
know,
fellowship,
Mhm.
we were all created equal. Yes.
yes, we're all created equal. We're all going to die equal.
Anything's possible
So,
and everything changes.
with that being said, if we're created equal and we're going to die equal, then we ought to be equal in life. And therefore, if I've got and someone don't, then I got to give.
You're going to really throw us in here?
Huh?
Okay. Joyce said, in the old days, if, let's say, for example, Selena killed someone's husband, and then by pre-Bible laws, Tommy would be killed as punishment. Sorry, baby.
Yeah.
So, but
That's
I
why
really need to
I'm
get
really glad that it was out with the old ways and then with the new. I mean, but you got to understand, the Old Testament was a guideline. The New Testament is
Okay, it's the Bible that made it so that the person who committed the crime is the one who is punished for the crime.
right. The person that committed a crime is the person that should be punished for the crime. That is owning up to your own self.
El Chato says, keep pushing through, Tommy. You're on your way to understanding God's word in a way that most people cannot.
I already understand God's word in a way that a lot of people haven't been able to understand. I get extremely emotional with it because of how intense it is when
Rebecca.
when you understand God's love in a way that baffles you, that you can't even explain. I couldn't even begin to explain the amount of love that I have felt from God's presence. And I know, without a shadow of a doubt, what it is, and
Roger says, I know the meaning of life, but I'm not telling.
the meaning of life.
It's to be a
Yeah.
good person.
I think the meaning of life is to learn.
Yeah.
It's to learn everything we can and to build into the people that we, or the spirits that we're going to be when we leave this earth.
If you're talking about the www.paypal.me/Thomas Elson or something, then yes.
Okay.
We are equal in the eyes of God and laws. I believe in love. Roger believes in love.
Oh, we need it. Love.
Bye, Bray. Enjoy dinner.
What the heck? I got a random half a joint sitting just.
No, it's a squiff
Are you sure? It smells like a.
tobacco too.
Are you sure? Smells like a joint, man.
That's awesome, Gypsy.
I want one right now. I'm good, but jeez, I might. Anyway, so ideas on this to make this the best we can make it.
Thank you, Tanya.
Starting with, just
Origin says, agreed, El Chato. I am certain I have witnessed spirit working through Tommy. Looks like genuine connection to me. Tommy does have a really good connection to the Lord. I see it myself. Lost dog, just throwing something out there. I'm back, and thankfully, I'm still sexy. Okay.
Well, good
Thank
job.
you for that.
We're glad to hear that your sexiness is intact. Okay.
I knew
That was random.
red words. Okay. You need a consent
you guys are-
of
you
let's
guys-
mess around.
I love you guys. I really do. You.
Some flash.
Yes,
Mary, that would be the one. The
I'm not-
www.paypal.me/Tommy Austin. Yeah.
If
Thank
that's
you, hon.
that's definitely the one. But I really enjoy y'all. I didn't. I'm not one to get out. I'm not one to get out in the public eye by no means or anything else. I mean, I'm not shy, obviously. I figured I would be camera shy because I'm really stage fright. I mean, I can't get up on stage worth of crap, but I mean, I can. I just,
You're gonna make me cry.
but when I started this, I was kind of really hippie about it, and I didn't intend on doing all of this.
Rodney
But,
said,
man,
LOL, you can
y'all
hear the
are,
shepherd tree
y'all are
house a
really-
mile away.
what happened? Oh.
So,
What is that? No, get the.
that's an ad coming up, honey. Yes,
Okay.
Tommy eats jambalaya. Southern Comfort.
Oh, I make some really good jambalaya too.
Money doesn't make happiness. This is from Scott. Money doesn't make happiness. Just look at YouTube. So many people want that. I really love this, and I totally get it.
Thank you very much for the generous
I have
donation.
fellow battles I serve.
Yes,
with
we
committed suicide.
we just had a nice donation come in, and I want to thank that person very much. So
Yes, Cindy. She has fellow battles I serve with that committed suicide, and she believes that her Lord is a forgiving God and pretty much understands their pain and frees them from their demons.
the funny thing about it is, now I personally believe it's a sin. But with that being said, hold on. With that being said, Jesus died on the cross to wash our sins away from us. So, with that being said, the idea that we are forgiving, or we are forgiven for that sin, yeah, that's very possible. Very possible. I don't know whether that would be true or not, but I think that that is a very possible chance that, God is a very loving God.
Yes.
And it's hard to think that he would disregard someone that was sick. And let's face it, if someone is feeling that depressed that they need to take their own life, they're sick, they need help. Sick in a way to, they need help. They need spiritual help, physical help, whatever it is. So Jesus is all about healing the sick. Yeah, I don't see why that would.
Giving them another chance.
Yeah, that's.
Roger says,
I know my God.
watches over me.
I know my God, the one I serve, is a very loving God. So I would like to think that, yes, all good people will make it.
My friendly pup says I will make a 10-second movie trailer for your fundraiser. Please give me the information, time, date, donation, email, etc.
The location we're not going to
Right.
disclose other than San Diego. If you want to know location, you're going to have to follow us on the
Yeah.
feed and just guess where we're at,
Lena
because
says God made Adam.
I'm not going
and
to
he
add
made
any
Eve.
more
I'm sorry.
possibility of recognition from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then he says God made Adam and he made Eve. He didn't make any other couple, so we are all related, so love one another. That's.
Huh?
He said he only made Adam and Eve.
Right.
So we are all brothers, or we are all related, so love one another.
Now, hold on. Let's think about this, okay? They only made Adam and Eve had plenty of kids. 2 of which were Cain and Abel. Now, I'm going to ask you this question. You're going to have to figure this one out for yourself. You got Cain and Abel, and Cain slew Abel. Killed him.
We need to back this back up.
You know, hence was, am I my brother's keeper, and all of that stuff. He got stricken away from the land and had to go on his own direction, where he ended up with a wife making kids in another country, another land, whatever. And the question is, where did his wife come from? So, you got 1 or 2 options. Either his wife came from the fact that there are other Adam and Eves. Hence, in Genesis, in the 1st chapter, it says, he created them. So I think there were more sets of Adam and Eve than just the one that we are told in the storybook. Personally. But, with that being said, then that would make sense for where the wife came from, was from another group of people. Now, if that is not the case, then the only way he could have had a wife is he had to have took his sister with him. And I'm sorry, but I don't think incest was the case. Because you know, incest nowadays causes, what, retardation in humans? So that would be saying the same thing as we are products, seriously retarded products of Adam and Eve.
Yeah. Right.
You can fall in that category all you want to. I'm not claiming that. So, with that being said, it kind of opened up your eyes and look at it from a different perspective and think. Huh?
Adam and Eve are merely examples of humans.
Merely examples of humans. Very good point. My point in case exactly what I was saying. So, see, it doesn't hurt to get somebody else's opinion about things. It makes you think about things. And it makes you ponder about it. A pondering man is a wise man. So, that's why when y'all think I'm just losing my mind and forgetting exactly what I was talking about and everything else, I was just meditating for a little bit and pondering.
Sure.
It's my lie, let me lie.
You're not supposed to lie.
No, I'm just forgetful as heck.
Your Eden is in your heart.
Yes, Eden is in your heart. You stop and think about that one. How, unless it explains the Bermuda Triangle, I don't see. You know, Eden was had flaming swords to guard it when they were stricken away from Eden. So, you know, we've all looked around. Have anybody seen the flaming swords holding the garden? You know, I think the Garden of Eden was a state of mind. Because if you notice, everybody is always looking for that paradise, looking for that beauty, looking for that heaven here on earth. And that is their own Eden. They're not going to be happy until they find it. So you have to follow your happiness to find that. That's when you're searching for Eden. When you find your Eden, then you're truly blessed. Just
Okay.
one person's perspective.
Friendly Pup said, "Here's what I got: Shepherd's Treehouse fundraiser to feed the homeless. Donate to PayPal. Thank you." Is that about the gist of it?
That's about the gist of it. That is about the gist of it.
Rodney.
What is it?
It's in the slabs.
What is in the
What's
slabs?
slabs?
What is in the slabs?
I'm trying to read.
Oh.
No.
Oh, Eden. They're trying to say Eden is in the slab. You're saying that Eden was here, but see, if Adam and Eve were stricken away from there, and then all the ones that, so what was it? Just they were stricken away from there, and everybody else is allowed
It's on
there.
his about page.
It can't be Slab City then. I think it's in your heart, it's in your mind, it's in your soul, where you need to find Eden.
In Lakota,
This is my
sentences I have prayed with.
this.
There are many traditions for multiple Native people. I was tending fire in Arbor one summer. I do it barefoot in respect. Don't want to bring rubber there.
What is it? I didn't understand it. What now?
Or she said that when she does the Lakota Sundance,
Oh.
I have prayed with. There are many traditions for multiple Native peoples. I was tending fire in Arbor one summer. I do it barefoot in respect. Don't want to bring rubber there.
Wow.
Christ, Tommy, turn out the lights. You're going to use all the electric.
I got the generator going. We got the AC going. We're cooling off. It's getting pretty cooled off in here right now.
But there was a guy who took major issue with it, said it was disrespect to show bare feet to fire. I walk in that fire which towers over me in summer temps of 100 degrees. Wow.
So if that's disrespectful, then the other people that walk across fires, the matter of fact, they have
True.
rituals right there in Hawaii. Some of the natives there in Hawaii, they do that. They go across hot coals. You got tribes all over the place. They go across hot coals. I mean, you can't be that well.
That'd be awesome. Rodney. He says, I know now when a woman gives birth, the pain she feels, she almost knows how it hurts when a man loses fish.
Oh,
Rodney.
yeah. Who said that? George
Rodney
Fatale?
boy.
No? I figured.
Funny,
Sorry,
funny.
he's always doing
That
that.
was
Fishing
funny.
jokes.
Helping each other, another part. Okay.
What is it?
Roger said helping each other is another part.
So, yeah, like I say, tomorrow evening
Can't see you
is when we take off for the trip. When we start our voyage is when
I did too,
we start
Larry.
sinking money into what we are going to do. We're not
Scott says
I'll
what
tell you
is-
when we started, and when we started it, everything that we make as far as donations, every single bit of it goes to help out everyone there. If there's anything left over that we can bring back here, then yes, we will bring them back here, and we will do this again for here. I have every intention on doing it. I want to test it on a really big scale real quick, and then we can do it again here too. And I was thinking, it wouldn't hurt to do stuff like that every now and then around here. Just go up and
Yes.
take a projector, take a movie screen, and set it up in the middle of the desert, in the middle of Sub City, and have a big pizza party with a movie.
That would be awesome.
Just things like that. We can just pick a random spot. I'll go out there in the middle of the trade circle, right there on the main road, and put a big screen. If we could get a big screen, get a
Roger,
big screen and a
He said kegger.
projector and
Roger said kegger.
kegger. Have a kegger. I don't know. They might say about a bunch of people running around drunk.
Ain't nobody gonna say anything. Well, Let's cops go up and down.
No, I mean, yeah, there's probably enough people walking around drunk out there.
Okay, my guy was Gyp Sunday for mistaken identity. He apologized, gave him money, and some smokes. People keep saying that's not enough. Wait, you think? What you think?
Gyp for what now?
My guy was Gyp Sunday for mistaken identity. He apologized, gave him money, and some smokes. People keep saying that's not enough. What do you think? And that's from Tanya, Rachel's sister.
It was enough to reimburse the guy for being mistaken identity.
Yeah.
You know, that would be really up to the person.
Oh, he was jumped Sunday.
Jumped for mistaken identity. You know,
Well, thank you, Lena.
you know, you shouldn't have any
Means a
kind
lot
of you shouldn't have any kind of hatred in your heart towards anyone. But at the same time, you know, when something drastic like that happens, I understand that people don't think that they are reimbursed for what had happened, and you know, and I understand that very much so. Yeah, they you know, honestly, and deep down inside, we want to say that they deserve to get their asses handed. You would think that that would be the way to handle that. Then you're supposed to be that of kind natured, so it kind of eliminates that. So it's, I don't know, it really is up to the person that was wrongly done to whether they feel it's been rectified, you know, and it's really up to them in their heart if they can see to forgive them people. This says to forgive your enemies.
All of these kinds of deaths.
You know, so
Be patient.
so yeah, you should look at it as, you know, they have to answer for that, and that is a payment that they are going to pay when it comes judgment. So really, a simple "I'm sorry" to me, considering the price that they have to pay for doing something like that, seems to me like would be more than enough. But at the same time, when we get into flesh, and we get into, that's what it is. When you get into flesh, my first thought would be they really need smacked upside the head real good, you know, and they need their asses handed to them. That is not right, and it should not be tolerated. And that's what you say in the flesh, but in the spirit, really, you should be a forgiving person.
Turn the other cheek.
You know, yeah, and it says to turn the other cheek, but the truth about that one is you only got so many cheeks. It doesn't say you shouldn't be. You know,
No,
you shouldn't.
Scott says, "Damn, Zane just went online. Not gonna leave you guys though."
Well, a bunch of them did. We're down to 19.
Yeah, I think.
But so yeah, we got.
Says, "I love you so much, Tommy."
Who is it?
Bud Lip says, "I love you so much, Tommy."
I know he does. He is really. I think that dude is kind of infatuated. I don't know.
Forgiveness releases us from hoarding ill feelings.
There you go. You shouldn't have ill feelings towards anyone.
Make me smile, Tommy.
Well, I'm glad I can.
And it Mary says, "Butt Lip, speaking of the devil." Time for this girl to get the hay. Thanks for the chat, Tommy and Selena. Night, Katie. Have a blessed evening. Sweet dreams.
Yes, y'all make sure to stay tuned tomorrow evening
Can't wait to
when
see
we
him.
kick this thing off. Make sure you stay tuned and watch. We ought to be at least somewhat entertaining. Huh? Did somebody just knock?
No, I didn't burn my
Oh.
hand.
But it ought to be pretty good.
Alright.
Alright, we at the 2 hour mark. Should we shut her down for the evening?
Yeah,
Probably,
I need to do some devotion time.
Yeah. Anyway, so keep in tune tomorrow evening. Keep in tune tomorrow because we'll let you know on a little bit more details exactly what we're doing and how we're doing it. And but tomorrow evening we'll take off, and that is the game plan. If you're the praying type, let's all do a little prayer about this and make sure we are all prayed for this one.
Yes.
Because we're going to need it. I have a very strong feeling we're going to need this one, and we're going to need to be prayed up and ready for it. So, with that being said, I'm going to leave y'all with a peaceful thought. God loves you, and so do I. Much love. God bless.